Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Rum, and I'm your host, and this is Small Biz Highlight. Oh, I love my little intro. Shout out to Jeffrey Klein who hooked me up with that awesome intro. Thank you very much, my friend. Definitely, if you are interested, just let me know. I can get you in touch with him for a cute little intro for yourself. But we are live with StreamYard, people. As always, I need to give you the heads up that I am gonna love seeing what comments you have for me, whatever questions you may have for the guests. You are more than welcome to put them into the comments. However, I won't be able to see your name or your profile picture unless you allow StreamYard and Facebook to talk to each other. So it's really simple. You just go to streamyard.com/Facebook, click, and it automatically does the work for you. It's in the description of the video so that it's there for you to click, but I am copying and pasting into the comments as well. So super easy, people. No worries. All right, so 2021, this is your year. We only have what, like a month and a half maybe left of the year. What are you going to do with it? You've had dreams, you've had goals, you've had aspirations. What are you going to do to at least get your foot into that first step to accomplishing them if you have not already? Spread the love, spread the good vibes all over the world to your family and friends. Now, speaking of friends, my invite friends button on Small Biz Highlight page on Facebook is missing. I cannot invite anybody to like the page. So please take a moment to stop by the page or just simply use this video to share away, comment and encourage your friends and family on your social media pages. Come check this page out. You need to, please, because helping to support the show and get the word out about it not only supports me and the show, but it supports the 101 episodes I've had so far, guys. That gets people onto the page to check out whatever episodes they may be interested in, and you never know who may end up being a customer. It's called word of mouth, people, and it's free. So please take a moment to do that for me. Every Wednesday, I stream live at 2 p.m. Eastern to give you your weekly updates on Small Biz Highlight, because to break it down for you here would take way too long and that would be unfair to the guests. So, but check out this week's episode definitely, because we've got a huge event coming on Saturday. Small Business Saturday is streaming live and I cannot wait. It's going to be from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be featuring amazing businesses and vendors that are offering, amazing ideas for Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, what have you, to go ahead and help you encourage shopping small and supporting local businesses for holiday shopping, guys. It's totally possible. There's tons of businesses out there. Shop small and support local, like I always tell you. So getting the information for Small Biz Highlight just got a ton easier with my friends at DigBridge and Text for More. You can simply text Small Biz to 717-760-6400, and it takes you to a landing page, people, with everything you need, including pictures, contact information, descriptions of all the vendors I have so far for the event on Saturday. Super easy. That is going to be your go-to to get all the information you need, and you can even start shopping as of right now if you want to. All right. So, without further ado, my guest tonight is Mrs. Ligia Gutierrez. I almost said her last name incorrectly because I wanted to get all special with it. So don't judge me. I have been sounding this for about a week now, close to a week. And I'm so ready for it to be over. So I apologize ahead of time. But I'm so excited to introduce you to her. Let's get her on with me here. Yes. Hello. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. And you sound great. Don't even worry about it. You sound great.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so excited to have you here. It's always great when people are excited to be on the show because I know it's going to be a great conversation. To always start out the show, I always begin with a question. sometimes trips people up, sometimes it makes them a little awkward, but it's a simple question.
Sure.
Who are you, Ligia?
Who am I? Okay. So let me start with a little quick story, okay? So imagine me, 6 years old, little girl on a plane. My grandmother is at the terminal. I'm waving at all of them. My mom takes my hand over there and I wave at them. And all of a sudden, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go with my mom. I don't want to go with my dad that I just met. They were strangers. They were strangers to me. And so at 6 years old, I leave the family I knew with my grandmother and leave with my mom and my dad who were strangers, and we head to the United States. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what was going to happen. But now I could tell you that that was one of the best moves that happened in my life because of all the opportunities I got when I was that young 6 year old to just come to the US and then to be able to get my education, get my master's, get this wonderful opportunity that I had a career in 20 years of nonprofit. And so I am now someone who is very proud of being a Latina. I'm very proud of being a female entrepreneur. I'm very proud of who I have as a family. So that's who I am.
Wow, gosh, that was a lot. I've never had anybody do it that way before, but that was pretty cool. I like that. I like that. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Ligia.
Nice to meet you.
I think it's very fitting how you introduce yourself because of what you do as a business. Your business is career coaching and consulting. And so you're helping encourage those people in those types of professions to go above whatever standards they think they have on themselves and whatnot. Why don't you tell us more about your business?
Absolutely. So I have three areas of focus with under the umbrella of clarity, organization, and money mindset. So I worked with one avenue is working with those who are in transition, trying to figure out what they want to do. My specialty is especially those who don't know what to do because I have these amazing programs that I help and support them. So they don't go start looking for a job and still like, I don't know, what am I applying for? You can't
Right.
start there. You can't just go open and start. You really have to know deep down what you want, especially if you're doing this if you decided to join the whole getting out of that current job that you have, but really and truly also that transition phase. So I help both in the practical and then also with that deep soul search of who and what you want to do. Then the other part that I also help and support is leadership development. So moving past, you've already gotten the job and all, but sometimes you really
Mhm.
need support in being a better leader, being a better manager, being someone who you don't need to do it by yourself. And sometimes we get stuck in that and then we get burned out because we feel like we don't have someone to help and support us. And we don't want to talk to our
Absolutely.
boss or we don't want to talk to our coworkers. So I help and support that. And then the third pocket that I do is really presentation workshops and VIPs. So one that I'm really excited about, that's a new one that I have, is one that I'm working with nonprofits and corporates that do fundraising. And so I have this great workshop that their donors are learning about their money personality so that they can raise funds. I don't know if you've been asked to raise funds. I have for a nonprofit, I've had to raise funds, but that always got me nervous, like asking someone, hey, can you give me some money for XYZD? That was always really uncomfortable for me. And so
Oh,
we
okay.
have donors who have to go through that. And so by understanding your money personality, and this goes with anyone, it doesn't have to be someone who's raising funds, right? It could be you, Tiffany, but understanding your money personality really helps you understand, why do I make the money decisions that I do make? And I use that also with my career shifters
Oh,
because
wow.
I had one client who she was trying to go from nonprofit to maybe corporate. But when
Mm.
thinking of salary, you were thinking nonprofit salary as opposed to corporate salary. And you have to make a mind shift and also have a better understanding of your worth so that you can negotiate for more funds or something. So that's something that I do under the umbrella of training VIPs and workshops that I do both for individual and also for corporations. That's what I think.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So it's really huge, each individual item that you do on its own, but to incorporate all of them into this business of yours has to be very profound and really helpful for people out there, especially because it impacts them differently. I know you
Right.
mentioned, that some people don't want to go talk to their boss about whatever issues they have. Sometimes it's not that so much that they don't want to talk to their boss, but that the stigmas or
Yeah.
the insinuations that are out there,
Mhm.
unfortunately, the racism that's out there or the stereotypes that are still roaming around in the whole world
Mhm.
really makes it where it's uncomfortable to think of that being something you could approach your boss, because then
Right.
what happens if they start thinking about you differently when you do, right?
Absolutely. Well, and it also it could be where there that you don't want to be looked at that you can't do your job. And it's not
Right,
about that you can't do your job, but as you said, the stigma may be there. That's like, what, you need outside help to do your job? No, what we have to switch it. It's not that you're needing help to do that. Is you are trying to get better and succeed and advance. So that's why you get a coach or a consultant. I mean, think of the best players or athletes that are out there, right? They have personal coaches. They have coaches for all sorts of them to help you get better. And I think the stigma that the coaching industry might have, that which is, it might be a negative thing. It's not. It's not because you're doing bad. It's just because you want to do better. You want to be better at what you do. And so why not get one of those in your arsenals? Because if you
well,
don't have a coach, get at least a mentor.
yeah, because I think it's absolutely beneficial in the fact that you're not just having somebody reiterate your point of view to you. You're gonna have
Mhm.
somebody who's gonna either, give it to you straight and tell you
Right.
how wrong you are, or you're gonna have somebody who has this other point of view, a different way of looking at something, and then all of a sudden a light bulb moment
Right.
happens, and you
Right.
never know where that could take you in life.
Oh,
But you would have never
absolutely.
gotten there if you didn't have that opportunity to talk it out with someone.
Someone.
Um,
And
so
so, yeah, and sometimes it's not, it's you're not even just the leadership development, it's also skill development. I have, I've gotten different coaches just to support me. If I don't know, let's say Pinterest, trying to figure out Pinterest or YouTube or Instagram or something, you such as need that help just to learn, because the benefit of coaching and consulting is that you're gaining their knowledge faster, so you're not trying to DIY it, and that's essentially what it is. So that's
oh,
what's fun
yeah.
about it.
I definitely can speak from experience on that from running this show. I've only been doing this for a year and a half, and I literally started doing everything on my own,
Oh
figuring
my
out
god,
everything on my own. And
insane.
because I lost my job during COVID,
Mhm.
money was an issue. I couldn't afford to, go out and be like, "Hey, people coach me."
True.
So, I got creative, and, I think that's another part of it too. Some people may not have the funds right now to get a coach or
Mhm.
enroll in some kind of program. But, there's ways to get around that, to build yourself up so that you can ultimately get to that point, because that's always a benefit in anyone's career path, no matter if it's a home-based business or in a brick and mortar business out there in the world somewhere. Um, but every little thing, the thing that got me through the first year of my business was those free webinars that they kept
Mm,
advertising on
yes.
Facebook. They wouldn't give you a whole ton of information, but sometimes it would be just enough that I would be like, "Ooh, I understand how to do that now. Let's go
Yes.
take care of that." And
So true.
I and yeah, so those were my saving graces during COVID for sure.
Oh,
What do
absolutely.
you for those that, may not be in a situation where they can afford to, start up a program with a coach like yourself, what kind of advice do you have for them until they can get to that point where they can, team up with you?
Absolutely. So one, especially if you're, and I'm going to talk to two groups of people. One is if you're looking as a career changer, shifter, etc., is that around you, and do you have mentors that you could really reach out to? Someone who, as you look to see what career do I want to have, and they may be already ahead of you in that. have a conversation with them. See if they're the type of mentor that you want to talk to, and have that conversation with them,
Mhm.
because they can really help and support you and guide you, at least in that career path part of that. And then the other reason that is also going to help you is that they could be a sponsor. Now, there's a difference between a mentor and a sponsor, and sometimes they can be the same thing, if
Mm,
you're looking for a position. So, a mentor is going to give you that guidance because they've been
yeah,
there and they know, or they've been in an equivalent. I've been a mentor for a number of people because of the roles that I've had in my career. But then a sponsor is one who is going to help you try to get that next job, who may be sitting at that table, who could be, or could encourage you within the company to say, you know what, yes, someone needs to advocate for so and so, and say, yes, we want her here, or we want them here, or he, etc. And so they are there to be in the ears of those who have the
yeah,
authority to try to hire you. So those are the ones. And that, again, that is you networking, having conversations. And sometimes it's just remembering conversations that you have with them. And if they
yeah,
mentioned, oh, my daughter's going to graduate in June or something, well, in June, send them a message. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm sure you're excited that your daughter's about to about to graduate. Hey, make sure, I just was just thinking about you, having that, so that
yes,
you can build the rapport, so that when you need help and support, you're not coming out of left field going, hey, can you give me a recommendation or something? You've already built a relationship, and they can support you. So, and that doesn't cost you anything
it
that you could
doesn't.
do. No,
And it's
not
so
at all.
crazy how something so simple as, like, remembering a birthday or remembering, like you said, their child graduating high school or
Mhm.
something, or college, like, giving that shout out really quick, just saying, "Hey, congratulations. I hope you have a great day," what have you. They remember those things. It's
Yes.
kind of similar to small businesses or businesses in general that take the time to send out Christmas cards
Yeah.
or holiday greetings, or, a birthday card saying, "Hey, happy birthday. Here's a
Mhm.
10% discount," or something. Some people do that kind of stuff. And,
Absolutely.
even if the person doesn't take advantage of a discount, or, even keep the card, they're gonna remember the fact that they got it,
Mhm.
because that's not something that everyone does. And the
Right.
fact that the business took the time, or the individual took that time, really gives that sense of, that they want to create that connection, like you said. And it's
Oh,
not
absolutely.
just that they wanna use you for what you can do for them. Like, they
No.
really just wanna be friends and have that connection with you, build that relationship, and that's really huge. Networking, number 1.
Networking is, yes. And even, and for small business, even doing that sense of appreciation, even if you don't have a large budget to send gifts like other companies do,
Ooh,
a handwritten card at different moments and times is going to cost you this
yes.
the stamp cost. That's what's going to cost you. I always, when I go to the stores, I always see these thank you cards that I just like, and just a message to someone is going to go a long way. Because think of it, most everyone's trying to do more digitally, but to also just to be handwritten card and sending them out, and keeping relationships open. So for businesses, because I also work with small business owners to help and support to get that clarity organization, is to remember the ones who are there who could support you, and even sending them a thank you card goes a long way to remembering, oh, I remember you, or building collaborations. So those are some things that you could do, is building collaborations that you could be doing out there. Again, that's not
Yeah,
working with a coach or anything, but working with collaborations. And for both groups, the ones who are looking for a position and those who are also who are business owners, LinkedIn is a great resource for you to
mm,
use. And it's free, unless you
it
go
is.
into the other one, the premium service one. It's all free. It's networking. If you haven't been in LinkedIn in a while, dust it off, get it. If you
I love
need
it.
tips on that, reach out to me. I have tools I could send you. But there's some really good resources there where you could really start connecting. Again, if you haven't if it's been a while, just start getting in there a bit, and just even if it's just a hello, or when you get notifications of birthdays, and
Yeah.
commenting on people's posts, because one of the things that happens is that not everybody comments, and because not everyone comments, people are going to remember if you made a comment. And guess what? Your tagline or your job posting or your job is going to be
Yes.
listed there, and so they maybe remember that. So that's other ways for you without having to work with a coach.
Wow. Now, before we get into working with a coach, you gave some amazing tidbits there. I really appreciate that because I feel like it's just as important to speak on the avenues you can approach and take when you don't necessarily have the means to team up with a coach and whatnot. And
Mhm.
you gave some really great ideas for tools and websites and other things that you could do, just
Mhm.
the little things. It's all
The
in the
little
little
things
things, people.
makes a
It's all in
difference.
the little things. But right now, for the very first time, Small Biz Highlight's gonna take a commercial break. No.
Mhm. That's like so
Believe
exciting.
me, I'm gonna work on my transitions, I promise, guys. But I'm so excited to take this break to introduce you to Text for More, an amazing service. They're actually the ones that made it possible for me to have the code word texted to the number so that you can have a direct page to Small Biz Highlight. So here's a quick little video about them so that you can learn more.
Are you tired of missed business opportunities because you don't have the marketing tools that big companies do? Do you want to generate more sales with less effort or technical knowledge? Text for More is a digital marketing solution that is both your digital brochure and web presence that connects you directly to your customers. Best of all, Text for More is proven to deliver results. In fact, some of our clients have seen their monthly revenue increase by as much as 5 times in the first couple of months. To get started today, text the keyword MORE to 317-342-8114 and see how we can assist you. Text for More. Next generation brochures for the digital age.
Yes, that went off without a hitch. I love it.
It
I'm so
sounds good.
excited. I mean,
I'm interested. I'm like, I might have to check it out.
oh, it's awesome service. I'm telling you, so easy to get set up. And it's basically a landing page or a
Mhm.
website that you could use to get your brief information on theirs and then link important links. And then it takes people to where you need them. It's
Love it.
amazing.
Love it.
So I'm just excited that I finally have a sponsor,
Oh,
official
congrats.
sponsor to do a commercial. So thank you, Ligia, for being part of that with me. I appreciate that.
I'm honored. It's really exciting because now it's like
Yeah.
I'm you're over 100 episodes that you have, and now you also have a sponsor. So congratulations. So happy for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited for this journey. All right, so back to you, Ligia. We talked about what avenues and approaches people can take if they can't afford to team up with a coach. Now, what are some of the most biggest benefits for people who do take the opportunity and chance on teaming up with a coach?
Absolutely. The biggest one is having someone in your corner who's going to be supporting you all the way for you. Sometimes it's very different when you may have friends and family who are very supportive of you, or maybe you don't. Um, but for someone to be more objective about you,
Mm,
because sometimes, how many times have people said, "Oh, no, that's great," or "That's a great idea," because they're trying to be very supportive of you,
yes.
versus "That's great. However, let's look at this, this, and this," or really hold you accountable, because that's the other thing. It's not only support, it's accountability, because you're going to have to essentially do your benchmarks and create those, and you're responsible for them, because it
Yeah.
makes you now because you're going to have to report in, or talk to someone. Okay, now, oh, I better finish that website, or I got to finish my resume now. And then just someone to just help you out. For example, I had this client who just recently, and she's like, oh my gosh, she sent me a text message. She goes, oh my gosh, I have to submit this bio and they need it like today. And I was like, oh, okay. So I quickly look at it and I was able to help her and support it. And two reasons why I was able to help her was because one, we had gotten clarity on what she wanted to do and who she was and who she stood for and her expertise. So her bio we were able to craft one quickly of what she needed. And then I was able to edit. And of course, with our digital world now, it was really easy to be able to send it via text message and say here. And so then she was just like, oh, thank you. Just someone just to be able to be there for her in that sense. And or like resume building. Sometimes you think it's great and friends again tell you, oh, it looks good. And then you have someone else look at it and it's like, actually, no, it's not. It looks like a job posting. It looks more like a job description than it looks like a resume. We got to fix this. And so those are the roles I play in that. And then I have some clients who don't want a long, intensive or 3 months program. I have what I call VIPs, where it is 4 hours with me, and you would be amazed at what we get done in those 4 hours. And so, and it's like we're done. And you have an end product at the end of it, and then you could go and do your business, and you don't have to have long commitment time with that. And so that's really exciting to be able to be that flexible, to be able to help and support, to guide and coach. And really, I play two roles, as I tell my clients. I am a coach, which is your guide person. But then I'm also your consultant. Your consultant is where I bring my expertise, and I'm going to tell you, here are things that you do need to do. And it's not trying to make you feel all good and kumbaya kind of thing. It's like, no, let all my 20 plus years of experience, you don't need to learn all that. Here's how to do this part. And so and with clients, I tell them I'm wearing my consultant hat on and I'm wearing my coaching hat on. And they understand that that's the two roles that I will play, and that's what they're going to get from me also.
How does it usually work? Like, is it they sign when they team up with you, is it like a certain amount of weeks that they get to work with you? Or do they sign up for like this package deal that includes like a year's worth or what have you? I know there's different approaches people
There
take.
are.
So how does it work with you?
For me specifically, it's either 3 or 6 month program that you sign up. This is more the longer term one. The VIPs, 4 hours. It's a 4 hours. Again, believe it or not, it's a very intensive work that we get done. We're in, we're out, and you have your end product. So it really goes with like, what is your immediate need? Ongoing help and support, or I just want this done. For example, if a business leader didn't have their process, their packaging of what they do. They help people. They're out there helping people, and they know they get outcomes, but they haven't ever created a process. Well, in 4 hours, we're going to create your process. You're going to create what you need in that, and within that, the marketing pieces of it that you're going to develop. I had a consultant agency they were just starting up. They were trying to figure out what they did. They knew the avenue, but they didn't have their process. So after 4 hours, they create it. We were able to sit and create it, and it's very we do it co-creative. I give them my expertise behind it, and now she's they're using it for their business practice. So any proposals that they're submitting and sending, they're using that process that they were able to create and do. And again, though that was a 4 hour intensive that they're still using, and it's making an impact. So again, long term or short term, that is one. And of course, my third one is the workshops that I offer, or staff retreats that I do for organizations.
To begin with, for anybody who's interested in looking into your services and what kind of time period would be beneficial for them, is there like a introductory call that they can do with you that's free or whatnot that they can sign up for?
There's a consult call depending on which what you're interested in, and but typically we'll spend 30 minutes to 45 minutes together where I determine what it is that you need, and then I'm going to give you my recommendation of either that we work together or offerings or recommendations of someone else that may help you better than I can. So absolutely. So it's a
Awesome.
free call, and that I'm always happy to, and you don't have to get on screen. It's actually an old school phone call. We just get on a call, so you don't have to put on
Okay.
makeup or dress up in a, you don't even have to. It's just a phone call.
I love it. It's the little things, and you
It's
pay
little things.
attention. It's the little things, though. Well, if you have been watching this and have been even the slightest bit interested in learning more about Ligia and how her process works and how she could be beneficial to you, her information is included in the description of the video. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And if you happen to be listening to our podcast, I promise it's in the description of the podcast episode as well. I also did copy and paste it into the comments, so it's easily clickable no matter where you look for it. So find it and click away, people. Promise you will find it. No, but I want to thank you, Ligia, for being here tonight. I know you mentioned you're out of town, so I appreciate you taking the time, despite that, and just giving us such amazing knowledge. Giving us the point of view of people for people who may not be able to afford your services, what they can do, and then how you can be beneficial to those that can.
Oh,
So thank you for both points of view. It was very great talking to you.
so my pleasure. This was so fun and exciting to be part of this new era that you're in now with your program. So really
Thank
proud and
you.
happy for you.
Yes, thank you for being patient with me while I was trying to maneuver through doing my first commercial. That was a lot of
You did
fun, not
great.
gonna
You did
lie.
great.
Oh, but if you have your own business or of your favorite small business in your neighborhood and you think they should be featured on the show, please send them my way. They just go to my
Mhm.
Calendly page. It is in the comments and in the description of the video, the podcast, wherever you're looking at us and listening to us from. It's very easy. They find the next available date, sign up, and done. I promise. There's a registration form that's even easier to fill out. And then they just wait till their day comes. I mean, my goal is to feature as many small businesses as possible, help spread the word that they're out there ready to, grow their businesses and continue thriving despite COVID and all the complications from it. So please spread the word. And of course, I will always leave you with your friendly reminder to put your community first. We do that by shopping small and supporting local. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.